Hi, everybody. This is Jeffrey. This is Ripe Color. Welcome, 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 welcome. Oh, look, I put a plant out. It usually lives a little bit outside, but I figured, I don't know, I'm trying to get it. So, does that work? Okay. Hello, whoever it is who's there. I'm going to wait a little while. I didn't know when I was going to do this. And here we are. Happy Equinox. Happy Pluto entering Aquarius. Happy new moon. Happy New Year. It's really the new year in a lot of ways. Okay, I'm waiting for people to come. I guess I could schedule it, but I never do. Okay, so the energy, it's basically the new moon and the equinox. So it's a really powerful time. It's a really powerful time to get in touch with your light, your soul, your desires. It's a really good time to let go of what doesn't work, to receive. You know what I think I really like the energy that everything that you dreamt or you had a fantasy or a desire to do, this is the time. I can't do that. Sure you can. Sure you can. Oh, I don't know how. Well, figure it out. Take steps toward your desire. Take steps toward your desire, whatever that is. I want to open a new business. I want to get a new job. I want to find more love. I want more friends. I want more money. Whatever that is, this is the time. This is really, really the time to go after what it is that you desire. That's the real deal here. And to release what doesn't work anymore. To release what doesn't work anymore. I call on my guides and angels. I call on my higher self. I call on my ancestors. I call on the Godhead to lead me, to guide me. And when you get Sylvia, right? Without my glasses. Hi, Sin. Happy spring. Hey, Sin, would you be willing to be a moderator? I don't know how to do that, though. I wish I knew how to do that. Engage with your audience, show your support, add reaction, edit. I don't know how to do that. I would love a moderator. A moderator would be great. I know I'm going to let it go. Just put out moderation, because sometimes after a while you get these people who, there's one, I don't want to give the name. They're like busy ruining someone's good time, All right. So this is the little live last minute. Yes. I mean, the truth is I'm always surrounded by light. That's the truth. I go there every day. And I will be adding a meditation really soon, probably this week. I know I've been talking about it for a long time. I send it to the members of the Zoom community, but I'll do one. I'm going to find somebody who can do like the video. I'll do the voice. And because it's like, what are you going to look at? So it'll be trees or flowers or a waterfall or something like that. All right. So I just wanted to encourage everybody really to go after what it is that they want. There's going to be construction, by the way, because that's the building I live in. I'm undecided whether I'm going to stay here or not because it's just too freaking loud. Oh, it'll end. No, it won't. There's no good time to do it. Can you hear it, by the way? Can you hear it? All right. So let me do a little. So the energy, I mean, as in every equinox and every solstice, but the equinoxes more especially, is, it's like a super duper full new moon all mixed up together. So it's really about, this is what I desire to bring into my life into the future. This is what I'd like to, oh, good. I did. Sin, I did. I paid a year until October 7th. Until October 7th. And it's a shame. I really like the apartment. It's just, now they're doing construction below me. I don't think they know what they're doing. Ripping out the kitchen. Well, let's bang. Whatever. I get this really distinct feeling that they don't know what they're doing. So I feel like it's going to go on a lot longer than it needs to. But we'll see. We'll see. I am going to get an umbrella for outside because I really want to be able to sit outside. I would love to do videos up there, but it's just too windy. It's just too windy. But I've been buying plants. I got this big philodendron and 2 big monsteras really inexpensively. And I'll get flowering plants as well. The dogs are on vacation, Sylvia. Yeah, they went to Doggy Club Med. You'd think that they'd bring me a little souvenir back, but no. And when they really start screaming, I go over, I go, tacos de perro, which means, dog tacos. All right. I'm going to keep on shuffling. All right. So let's just do a collective. I'm going to do a reading for the collective. So, and by the way, since it's a spring and, we're bringing in new energy, if you feel like you're blocked in any way, you can, I'm happy to do a pendulum clearing, an IET session, a combination. There are, you can buy both and you get it less expensive. If you commit to 3 months, then you become part of the Zoom community, and we have a meeting every week. Well, I have 2 communities now. So we have a meeting every week. We build vision boards, and we all help each other to manifest what it is we desire. Because at the end of the day, really, the IET energy is really about really removing the blocks, right? The issues from your tissues, trauma, that it's from this life or other lives or both. And then, for you to get in touch with your soul's mission, and your soul's mission, all of our soul's mission is to be in joy, is to do the things that we love. All right, let's get on with the reading. All right. This is for the equinox. So I would say this is a 3-month reading. 3-month, even 6-month. If it's really good, we'll do 6-month. If it's good, we'll do 3-month. How's that? 1, 2, 3. Okay. First card, the 4. 4 is about stability. The Lovers, lovely card, really powerful card. 6, perseverance. It's about choice. And then we have the 5 of Pentacles, which is a really, really rich card. All right. So the 4 of Swords. The 4 of Swords is really about stabilizing your thought, It's really about sitting and resting and contemplating and meditating. That's what it's about. It's about sitting, calming your mind, calming your mind. It's like, okay, I'm going to get really calm and I'm going to sit here in a state of meditation. And there's a healing element to this card, actually. There's a healing element. There's a sort of an energy of convalescence, but it's also this element of, being really calm with oneself and one's mind, calming one's mind down and seeing what comes up. It's like, I'm open to receive messages. I'm stable. I'm open to receive messages. And then we go into the Lovers. And the Lovers is an interesting card. So the Lovers is really about a choice. A lot of times the Lovers is about a choice. And it's, you know what I think it really is? I think a lot of times I read the Lover as a contract, right? Because the Lovers can actually be a marriage card. It could be love. It could be marriage, right? But there's this energy of a contract, the contract of man and God, right? Humanity and God. The contract between the duality and ourselves. Thank you, Sylvia. Thank you so much. What a sweet, very sweet, very kind. I appreciate it. I really do. So it's a contract, really, between man and God, a contract between the divine feminine, the divine masculine, right? And it feels like, what it really feels like is this end to the duality. That's what's really going on, because there's this equality going on. There's this, because everyone's talking about the divine feminine, and, it's very valid. But I think it's much bigger than that. I think it's really about the divine feminine and the divine masculine really coming together and working together, because they have different aspects. It's not just about being a man and a woman. It's about the aspect of giving and receiving. It's the aspect of, like, the masculine element is really about penetration, right? Taking an action, moving forward, right? Using the mind. It's very much about that. I want this. I see this. I'm going after this. And then the feminine aspect is more about receiving messages, being intuitive, allowing, comforting. And it's, they're both really wonderful energies. And it's like, well, I'm going to utilize both. It's like making a really good salad, right? Like, just a plain lettuce salad is okay, but a lettuce salad with onion or with tomato is like lettuce and tomato. Now you got something going on, right? I'm always talking about food. Let's throw in some cucumber and radish. You know what you can't get down here? Fennel, like real. They don't have fennel. I don't think it grows in this. It's more of a cold weather thing. I love fennel in salad. Okay, but they have other things. Hi, Ocean Garnet. Hi, cup of. Hi. Cup of tea with $3 worth of sugar and cookies. Yum. Yum. We love cookies. I love cookies. All right. So that's what's going on. I think we're contemplating that, right? There's also this energy in this card of. So I used to do this years ago. I used to have this different sort of understanding or notion of, it was like a leftover from my childhood, right? Of God being like, you didn't do that right. Oh, you're a bad person because you didn't do this, or you didn't do that. That energy. And, it's almost like a childlike fear energy. Ah. And I feel like, if there's, at the moment, it's like, so this is what I used to do. I used to write a letter. Dear Godhead, or whoever you are, whatever you want to write. Godhead, Mother, Father, God, Goddess. You can name one or two or five. One source. I no longer believe in a system of checks and balances. I believe in unconditional love. I believe in, this is what I'm open to receiving: unconditional love, direction, hope, courage, comfort, abundance, success, love, joy, miracles. That's the new contract. Anything else is like, ship it somewhere else. Wrong address, right? So I used to write that, and then I write Jeffrey in the envelope, and then I would literally mail it, and I would write God on the envelope, and I'd put my address, and I put a stamp on it, and I put it in the mailbox. Now it's all with this, but that's what I used to do, and it really changed my thinking. And I think that's what's going on. It's like if I stabilize myself, I can actually look at I could look at the contract I have, and then maybe I can refine the contract, right? Oh, it's time to renew the contract at this month, this time of month. It's like, okay. Or, you sign a contract to like get a new apartment or a store or whatever. And you have your lawyer come in and look at it. You're the lawyer, and they go, oh, no, this doesn't, cut that out. Then I'll sign it, and I want to add blah, 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 blah. That's it. And then I have the 5, the change. So I know people freak out over this card because, traditionally this is a card of like unemployment and being left out in the cold, abandonment, blah, blah, blah. It's a 5. 5 is always change. 5 is the precipice of the change because that's the way, the 1 through 10, the 5 is like, I can go back to the 4 or I can go toward the 6, right? And the 5 is always this change in perspective of how I'm seeing and feeling and interacting with money, with finances, with health, with my time, with who I'm interacting with. So if you look really closely at the card, so here they are, the 2 of them together, they're out in the cold, blah, blah. They don't have enough to wear. They're freezing. She is really focused on the snow and the misery. He, even though his leg is all messed up, is looking up. And he's like, oh, I what's that? What's that? And what's that is hope. And what's that is opportunity for growth. And what's that is a safe place to be. And what's that is warmth and soup and kindness and community. So it's a change. And sometimes I feel with this one, this is a really interesting little take on this. For years, I always felt like they were together, right? When we work together and when we honor each other, then we can live here. If we're not together, then we live in this place of, I feel alone, I feel not welcome. Anyway, so he's looking up. Now she might decide to stay out. That's not a he, she. It's just the characters in the cards. He might say to her, like, for instance, they got soup inside. I'm freezing. Let's go in. She might say, the soup isn't good. I'll stay out here. And I feel like, and I did it for one of the elements this week. There might be people who don't want to go on their journey with you, who don't want to be in the light, who don't want to be in the abundance, in the hope. And our job is to take care of ourselves, right? If I have an opportunity, I'm going to take the opportunity. And I say to my friend, hey, I know we're both looking for jobs and I applied. Why don't you apply? And they're like, oh, I don't want to apply. So then don't apply. But I applied. All right. And it's also because it's the equinox. It's like we're leaving behind the things that don't work, and it doesn't have to necessarily be another person. It could be a part of oneself, right? That part of oneself that says, oh, it's not going to work. I'm unworthy. I'd rather be out here in the cold. I'll make it on my own. I've got it all figured out. I don't need help. I got it all figured out. It's like maybe it's time to abandon that energy. Okay. Yeah. It's a second 4, so that's interesting. I'm not taking on, when I say I mean you or us. I'm not taking on, so this is, he says no to the gift, right? He says no to the, but there's an energy in this card of a more some more that's not good enough for me. And I'm not taking on other people's emotional baggage. I have a choice, right? I've been looking and contemplating this, and it's like, I'm not taking on other people's stuff because it's like I got my own stuff. Like, it's not my job to fix you. My job is to fix me. My job is to be in my light and radiate my light. That's my job. And I can be an example, but at the end of the day, we all have to do it for ourselves. 5. Yeah. I'm letting go of the disappointment. I'm letting go of the, I finally come to the place in my grief and my mourning that I'm allowing it to go out to sea. I'm going to pick up the 2 cups that I have and move forward. So I have 2 4s and 2 5s, stability and change, right? So maybe what I based my stability on is not as stable as I thought it was. Maybe I need to base my stability in my heart, in my soul. Great card. I'm being led. I'm There's an energy of the union of body and mind in that. So the energy is really, and I think also, you know what I'm getting today? Because that's the energy of you of body and mind. It's about strength and it's about courage, right? Obviously, but it's really about finding the inner strength, finding the inner strength in one's heart. It's a card of Leo, rules the heart. The inner strength in one's heart to allow yourself to be led by spirit, by what's best for you, by, even though it's like, well, I want to take the reign and I want to take control, and then you're getting these messages in your heart. It's like, that's not the right thing to do, or move toward this or do that. And it's like, well, I got the message, but I didn't really listen. It's like, see, because this is the card of Leo, right? And Leo's the leader. It has that energy of leadership. And a true leader will allow himself or herself to be led by something other than the mind, right? To take in all the information, It's like, well, does this feel right? Does this feel right? Wow. Big time. It's my favorite card, so don't get freaked out. The death card is really about a complete and utter transformation. I mean, that's really what it's about. And it's really about allowing the things that no longer work to die and using them as fuel and using them as fertilizer to plant a new garden, to move forward, to see things in a different light, to act in a different way, to let go of the past so completely that it doesn't. Not that you don't acknowledge the past, you do acknowledge the past, but it doesn't define you. The future and the hope and the moving forward is what defines you, because the sun is rising here. The sun is rising, right? Right? Spirit is alive. Wow. A lot of cards coming up today. Yeah, I don't really want to be in anxiety anymore. All these things that used to bother me, this is such a good time to let go of all that stuff. This is such a good time to just really sit, light a candle, make something to eat, do an orange on an altar or whatever it takes, light some incense. flush it down the toilet, whatever, make up your own ritual, doesn't matter. It, I fully and completely let go of the pain and the grief and the sorrow and the anxiety and the sleeplessness. And I look forward to the future now that I am allowing myself to be led by my heart, to be led by spirit, to be led by my guides. That's what I'm doing now. Hi, Teresa. That's what I'm doing now. I have a strategy of how to move forward, and I have enthusiasm, and I have the vim and vigor to move forward. Yeah, because I've evolved. Because I've evolved as a soul. This is also kind of a clock. It's kind of a clock. It's like the time is now, and now is the time. The time is now, and now is the time. The right now is the time to move forward into going after what it is I desire, going after what it is that brings me joy. I mean, that, at the end of the day, I think this is really that the whole thing of my channel is really about, like, how can I help you get in touch with your joy, whatever that is, and, take action toward it and live in it and be in it. Because the more of us that are sitting in joy and radiating our light of joy and of happiness and of hope on the planet, but, we all affect one another. So I feel like that's the way toward change, individually, and via the individual to the collective. Like, that's it. Like, that's it. Yeah. I take full responsibility. I take full responsibility for the past, and I take full responsibility for my own life, my own creativity, and my own desire, and my own um, passion to move forward. And I know what to do. And I know what to do because I'm a king. Kings have knowledge. Kings are all about knowledge. It's like, yeah, I know what to do. Yay. Yay. So the new beginning could be a financial opportunity, an opportunity toward health, an opportunity toward, this is also the solar plexus, right? Which is here, which is really about I will, I desire. This is the energy of joy. It's yellow, right? Going out into the world, it's like, I want to have fun. I want to learn something. I want to take a new class. I want a new job. I want, right? And the road ahead is clear, 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 clear. And the other thing I feel about all the aces, because they're kind of weird, right? It's just like hand floating around. I mean, all the cards are a little bit weird, but this is his hand floating around, and all the aces are like that. And it's almost like, okay, now that I've changed my perspective, right? Now that I've made a new contract, now that I've let go, now that I'm not willing to settle, right? Now that I've let go of the disappointment, now that I'm allow myself to be led by the comforting, loving energy of spirit, right? And I've taken responsibility, and I've let go of the pain, right? And I'm up for a transformation. And I've evolved as a soul. I think I hit them all. Yeah, I'm ready to go after what it is that I really desire. And the road ahead is clear, because it's like I did my work of letting go of the blocks and letting go of the energy, and now that I've let go of it, it's almost like, so I want to do something on the roof, right? So part of me is like open to someone saying, hey, I have an extra umbrella. Like, I'm open to that. It might happen, it might not happen. Yeah, oh, I have an idea. Oh, I know how you could do it. Yeah, oh, and I got it for free. I'm totally open, not that like I'm expecting it, but like I'm open, because it's like I made room and I'm making room to, make, because it's like, really, I have two apartments and I don't use one of them. I'm open. See what happens. The opportunity presents itself once I make the room for it. Yeah. Second six. You know what this is about today? So this is a lot of time the card of the past, and there's an innocence and there's a nostalgia to it, and there's a reminiscence. Reminiscence is a really good word for this card. Like I'm going to be in touch with the joy that I felt as a child and live in that joy and have an expectation of lovely things coming to me. Have an expectation of gifts being offered. Have an expectation and a not even an expectation, it's like a knowingness. That's what I'm getting today. A knowingness of I'm on the path and I'm sitting in a state of what would I say? A recollection, and I'm sitting in the feeling of being loved. And if I walk down the street and say, I am loved, I am loved, I am loved, you'll see what shows up, right? You'll see what shows up. Okay. Yeah. Emotional satisfaction, being safe, being comfortable, the wish coming true. But if I don't, not, I feel like there's this big shift transformation, especially, Pluto is moving, Pisces Saturn just moved. It's like the whole energy is different and it's really much more full of hope. It's much more full of hope, but the hope is found on the inside. The hope is found on the inside because we keep on tuning into media. Like if I wanted to have 30,000 fans, I could just write, it's the end of the world on my thing every day. It's the end of the world. I'm going to click that. Okay. Yeah. Angel of Healing is here. A new balance is coming in. The other thing that I get from Temperance lately, this is Raphael, the Angel of Healing. And, is very balanced in both the emotion and on the earth, right? This could either be the solar plexus or the crown chakra, really both. And is utilizing the past to make something new. Really the alchemist, right? Burning everything down to its essence and forming a new formula. But the other thing I get with Temperance a lot of times is there's a self-healing. Sometimes I think that when people talk about like the Godhead or the angels or the guides or, it's like, oh, well, they're going to bless me and la, la, la. It's like, I have to bless me. The light inside of me has to bless me. And then the universe comes and shows up and gives you extra help. I have to decide to have the party, right? I have to decide to have the party. The party isn't just going to happen. I have to decide to have the party. And then, I decide to invite it in. But it's my decision to okay, well, I went and bought an 8-foot table, I got some food. I made it all pretty. I got an umbrella, whatever. I got some planned. I have to decide to bring myself and be in the joy. And then the joy finds its way to me. But unless I'm radiating that joy, and that's really the meditation I do every day, I have to radiate the joy first. First you give and then you receive, right? First you give and then you ask and then you receive. Best since 2019, yes. I don't remember 2019. It seems like so long ago. I don't remember was I 21 or 22 in 2019? I don't know. I just can't remember. Yeah, I'm going to trust my intuition. And this, even though it doesn't look like it, this is like my full moon, my new moon card. It just is. My full moon, new moon, allow the messages to come. I don't have to just see what I see. I have to see in my mind's eye because I'm blindfolded. So I have to use my ears and I have to use my feelings and allow myself to receive messages. Allow myself to receive messages. Yeah, another five. Another five. I've given up the tyranny. Isn't there another five here? One, two. Um, aren't there three fives? There's another one. Okay, there's the third five. It's all about change. And, so this one, I always understand it as like, he says, okay, we got to go win the battle, right? And they go and they join him and they win the battle. But he was such a tyrant. They're like, we're done. We followed you for as long as we're going to follow you. And now we're kind of done. We're going back to our farm. So, like I've decided to go my own way, right? I've decided not to follow the leader. Decided to follow my own lead. Yay! The promise fulfilled. The promise of community, of love, of stability, of happiness, fullness, satiety, right? The promise, the rainbow. So overall, I mean, I feel like, what it feels like? It feels like, how when you clean the house, let's say you're doing it's a spring cleaning, right? Like, you clean shelves that you don't clean the top of things that you don't really clean. You move the couch in a way that, usually it's like, I don't really have to move the couch the whole way. I could just go under it. You move the couch, you do that. It feels like that. Feels like every little nook and cranny of all that stuff that you've kind of not been paying attention to. And then you go through the closet. It's like, I haven't used this thing in 3 years. I don't remember even buying it. Where did I even get this? Did someone leave this here? So that's going. Like I don't use it. It's or it's I can't stand looking at it anymore. Or it reminds me of something in the past, and it's like it's falling apart. That's going. That's going. That's going. And it feels like the end of it. It's like you finally got it all into a heap, and now you get the vacuum, or you get the shovel, or you get the broom, or whatever it is you get, or your hands. Maybe you put on gloves, and it's like I'm finally throwing this away. I'm finally throwing this away. And now that the apartment is all lovely or the house is all lovely and clean and beautiful, it's like, okay, spring is here. I think I'm going to plant an azalea. I think I'm going to paint this wall. I think I'm going to rearrange the furniture. I think I'm going to make it all new again and, kind of be reborn because that's what the spring's about, right? It's all about being reborn. The miracle of nature that it continually, you know, is reborn. The miracle of it. That's what's going on. But we know you have to prepare the soil. You have to make room. I really want an azalea there. I really want, whatever. I really want to like upgrade the house. I really want to paint the cabinets. I really want a new rug. I really want a new job. I really want a deeper commitment to myself. I really want a deeper commitment for me to love myself. How can I love myself in a fuller, more radiant, more giving, more brilliant, more generous, more comforting way? That's our job. Our job is to love ourselves so thoroughly. So if we're part of the Godhead and the Godhead is part of us, right? If we're part of the Godhead and the Godhead is part of us, if we have really, really understood how much the angels and the guides and our ancestors love us, how deeply and profoundly, and to allow ourselves not only to receive, but also to take the action in loving ourselves on that level, to really love ourselves on that level. And it's not about buying a fur coat. I mean, sometimes it is, depends on the fur, of course. But, it's really about treating myself well. Like, how am I sleeping enough? Do I have the right people in my life? Do I live in a comfortable, can I make the environment I live in more comfortable, more beautiful, more efficient, more affordable, more pleasant, more welcoming, more welcoming? How can I do that for myself? How can I do that for myself? And what actions do I need to take? And um, what do I have to invite in? What do I have to invite in to bring that in? Right? Physically, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, financially, socially. How can I take those actions? Can you lead me? Can you bless me? I'm blessing myself. And now the more I bless and I honor myself and my own soul and my own body and my own life, the more I invite that in. And anything and everything that's not for my greatest good and greatest healing, I hereby release. I hereby release. Oh, hi, Kelly. You here? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all. Um, so that really is honest. So this is really interesting. Okay, so I was trained in the IET. I don't know, a couple of years ago, quite a few years ago, really, way before COVID, and I did it a little bit, because a lot of people are like, "Oh, that's too weird," I don't know, it's too weird. Oh, it actually might work, whatever. Okay, so I didn't really push it, and I had some friends I did it on. I had like a little bit of clients, but I was sort of in my own little world, doing my own thing, and I'm really beginning to understand that the fire was a blessing in so many ways because in so many ways, I was really stuck in New York. I was really stuck in, it was golden, it was what they call in New York golden handcuffs because I had an inexpensive apartment, right? And, even though it was a mess, it wasn't a mess, but, like the floor was like this and, the electricity was like, it was like you hang on to it because it's cheap. But it's almost like, how you have a friend who's like super cheap, right? And they have a coat, and maybe it was a nice coat like 20 years ago, 30 years ago. And it's got holes in it. It's like, oh, it's still good enough. I replaced the button, I put a patch on the hole. And it's like, sometimes it's just time to get rid of the coat. Just throw the coat away. Like, enough already. It's stained. It's like out of fashion. It's pilly, So it was a little bit like that. And then coming here, it I got deeper into the healing arts because I felt like I'd really been transformed by the fire. It was like a purification process. And YouTube really showed up for me 1,000,000,000,000,000,000%. And I realized that, maybe my higher calling, well, not maybe, my higher calling was to really help people to heal. Because, I've been there. I've been there, like I had a really super duper traumatic childhood. Like, I can get into it, but it's like, what's the point? Um, and it's such an honor to do the work. It's such an honor to be able to help people to release, you know, um, obstacles and to receive joy. Like, it's just as simple as that. It's such an honor. It's such an honor. I'm so blessed. I'm so blessed. And So I'm moving really forward with it. I'm really moving forward with it. And the other thing is that because I'm really like, um, I receive, I send and receive IET like pretty much every day. Um, it's made me much more intuitive, much more calm, much more giving, much more allowing, much more patient. Uh, it's amazing. So, if you are in a position in your life where it's like, okay, I'm really done with this old stuff, and it's almost like think of me as like the roto-rooter or the house cleaner who comes in and it's like, oh no. You know how like there are certain house cleaners who are like so anal and so into it. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm going to get on my hands and knees, get behind that toilet. They clean stuff you didn't even know was there, and it's like now it's shiny. It's like, oh, I don't remember that being stainless. It's like that's what this is about. It's about pulling out all these chemicals or whatever that like shine stuff. It's like you're shining the silver. I put the silver away because it oxidizes, and like you're shining the silver. A little bit like that, shining the silver. Okay, I'm going to show you the cards. I love that. Oh, Sin, that's fabulous. I'm a math teacher. 2 + 2 is 4. I have a friend here who's like super into math, and his Spanish is excellent, right? It's almost better than somebody who's Mexican, but he's American, and he does all this trigonometry stuff, and in Spanish, it's like I don't know what the words are in English. A math teacher, I love that. Not a roto-rooter. I just like the way roto-rooter sounds. I love that. That is so wonderful. All right, let me show you the cards. Let me show you the cards. I'm a math teacher. What do you? Oh, I'm a math teacher. I'm a professor. Yeah, UNAM is the big university here. University National American Mexico. I don't know what the hell it is, but it's like the big university. So yeah. Soy profesor. See, soy, because that's soy would be your profession. Soy profesor de matemática in UNAM, but I can't speak Spanish. All right, away we go. Okay, where are we gonna? Let's end on the death card. I love that. I'm getting new messages. I'm remembering the sweetness of the past. It's time for me to acknowledge the gifts that I've received and that I want to receive and utilize now. I've changed my perspective about what security is. I'm making a new contract about living in the light. I've sat and contemplated this for a long time. I am no longer willing to settle. I have let go of the grief. I'm tuning into my strength and my courage. I take full responsibility for it toward my safety and my comfort. I'm no longer being a tyrant to myself and my mind. I'm willing to receive the miracle and the promise of healing and of balance and a new road opening. I'm super excited to get on my horse and implement these new plans. I've seen the past, I've done my grieving, and it's time for me to transform completely into a new light. Ta-da. Ta-da. So that, my darlings, is my little spring equinox take. If you'd like a private reading, I'm available. An IET session, a pendulum clearing, I'm available. If you'd like to do an IET session, I'm available. If you'd like to join our Zoom community would be you would receive an IET healing and a pendulum clearing once a month for 3 months. And I send a guided meditation, which I recommend you do every day. I strongly recommend you do every day, which, I mean, that alone is worth it. And then we build vision boards together. We help each other manifest our desires. And it's a really lovely community, a really lovely, kind, interesting, really, really interesting community of people supporting each other. I mean, this is the future. This is Pluto in Aquarius, right? It's all about community building. It's all about bottom up, not top down. Um, and it's an interesting time to navigate one's feelings. Saturn in Pisces, and Saturn wants to put it in a box in a way, and Pisces is Pisces is a fish, and it goes this way, it goes that way. It's like a fish getting out of the net, and it's like, how am I going to manage my intuition, my feelings, well, through community. That's how. So, hi, Angie Lala. Now, I would love to, Mrs. Deja, is that right? Deja Legula. It's a beautiful name. So in Spanish, I think the pronunciation would be, because the J sometimes is an H sound, it would be Daeja. Daeja. If that works for you, you could use it. I think. It's a lovely, lovely name. Not that all of you don't have lovely names, but that's a really lovely name. All right. So you know where it's at. And, give yourself the opportunity and the moment and the time to say, this is a special day. It could be any time this week. The light is at a special place. I light a candle. I buy myself a flower. I sit with myself and I say, dear higher self, dear angels and guides, right? Dear ancestors, dear Mother, Father, God, I hereby release all the blocks, all the energy that I've been holding that no longer works for me, for my greatest good and greatest healing. And I invite in the light of my soul to guide me toward happiness, health, wealth, abundance, friendship, love, kindness, community, and whatever else you want. Fur coats, diamond rings, limousines, yachts, mansions, haciendas. You know, all the beautiful things that life has to offer. All the beautiful things that life has to offer. Yes, beautiful, Sin. Beautiful. A math teacher. I so love that. I so love that. Oh, and I want to tell you something else. So I don't know if you can, well, here I have to have water delivered, you see? Blessing the water is a really good thing to do. You bless your water. When you bless your water, it changes the composition. It changes the composition. I mean, this is that Japanese guy wrote that book, and it's still quite valid. So I bless my water. So it's easier for me because I have like a big, like, the water from the sink I just use to like wash things, but that I used to drink, right? So I blessed it, and maybe just a pitcher of water and fill it, and I hereby bless this water with health, abundance, wealth, uh, uh, peace, comfort, whatever comes up, right? The light of my soul blesses it. Do whatever ritual you want. Because I think, some people get all caught up. It's like, well, it has to be this time, and I have to wear this color, and I have to use this stone. It's like, wear your house robe and light a match. It's fine. It's the intent. Yes, that's a wonderful idea, Sin. Yeah. Bless it and maybe water ocean. Bless it and maybe water your plants with it, or bless it and drink it. Ask the moon to bless it, right? The divine feminine to bless your water for health, for wealth, for happiness, for equilibrium, for clarity, for gifts, abundance, joy. We just intend. It's really simple. It's so simple. I intend it. I intend it because we're so powerful. We're so powerful. Just I intend it from my heart. I bless it. Right. So my water is blessed with joy. And so you have the math thing. It's mine is joy. Right. Joy, abundance, wealth, ease. Joy, abundance, wealth, ease. And I'm drinking it all the time. And I'm, maybe I'll bless it with like a full head of hair. Green. They dye their hair like crazy here. They dye their hair like crazy here, and it's like, that's a cool color. I like when you keep your natural color and just have like little highlights. That's kind of cool. So yeah, and there's a lot of people with tattoos. So I have this friend. I keep on telling him I'm going to get like a snake tattoo, and it's going to go like from my ankle all the way up my leg, all the way around this, like and then the head of the snake. The head of the snake is going to be like this, like the. And we have all these jokes about how discreet I am. It's hysterical. I'm going to be wearing all the plumes, feathers, the whole thing. Yeah, chia, chia. Exactly, exactly. All right. So, the other thing is, if you have suggestions of videos you think I should be making, then let me know. I think I should get back to Tarot Tuesdays and maybe have some guests on. I don't know. I'm open. So if I get, 2 or 3 people making the same suggestion, but write it to me in my email. It's Jeffrey at Ripe Color. It's all the information is below. Okay, meditation. I know. I'm really sorry, but I will do it. And also the thing is, Sin, I'm going to be, the thing is, Sin, too, that, I'm going to do it with like little, like commercials that you read. But if you're a member, I'll just send you the MP4 and it'll be commercial free, because it's like, do I really need that refrigerator or whatever the hell it is they're advertising? Don't you get the same advertisements over and over and over and over? It's like, you've been showing me this for 2 months. I haven't pressed the button. Don't you see I'm not interested? Car insurance. It's like, oh, I'm a car or whatever. And sometimes it's like, I wonder where they get this weird information. Yeah, I'll do that. But then, oh, hi, Danny. Hi, Danny. You keep getting a 404 not found message. What are you talking about? How are you, Danny? Hey, Danny, why don't you tell us a little bit about Shasta? Because I know Danny is doing is leading a retreat to Mount Shasta in June. Is it June? My links aren't working. Okay. Tell me what link isn't working. I'm just finishing taxes. Blessings, blessings. What would you like a link to, Ocean? I'm so sorry that that's not working. I think I'm not very techy. I'm going to find some links. I can't see all of you, but I'm going to find some links and put them up right now. Okay. Let's see. This should be a link to services. That ought to work. And I'll put up a link for Tarot. Does that help? Okay. I'm sorry about that. June 15th through the 18th. So Danny, come in. So Danny is going to be doing a retreat at Mount Shasta, Northern California, and it is the root chakra of the earth. June 15th through the 18th with Medium Kim. Am I correct? I know some of the people who are going already, Danny, by the way. Come. And Danny, let's collaborate again. Let's do another collaboration, huh? I'll wear something different. Thanks for telling me that, Ocean. I want to I'm not very techy. I'm really not. All right. Now listen, kids, it's already an hour. It's an hour and 47 seconds. So when it's more than an hour, it's 100 minutes. Yeah. So it's time for me to go. Please wear something different. How dare you? Maybe I'll grow my hair really, really long, Danny, and everyone's going to be like, oh, Danny used to have the longest hair on the internet, but now Jeffrey does. I think that's what's going to end up happening. I could feel it. I could feel it. And mine's going to be braided. I'm going to have bells, bows, whistles, bicycle, houseboat. All right. I know. All right. Listen, I just wanted to, that was my full moon reading, my everything reading. It's not full moon, it's new moon. New moon, equinox reading. Blessings to all of you. Do a ritual. If you'd like to contact me for services, then contact me. And I'll see all of you soon. Blessings. Light a candle, do a ritual, honor the light inside of you and outside of you as well. And I'll see you all soon. Blessings. Thank you. And thank you, Ocean, for letting me know that it wasn't working. I have to figure out how to make it work. All right. Blessings. Bye.